So, the topic of today's discussion is all in divine timing. Everything aligns as it's supposed to. Sometimes things just show up. Sometimes things don't. And so, our job is to allow what is and to take responsibility for what we can control in every part of our lives. And this doesn't just end with the day, it ends with our lives. Our ability to be in presence is our ability to step into and allow spirit to come through us. And so things show up right when they're supposed to. Sometimes they're good things. Sometimes they're bad things. Sometimes they're really difficult things. And as everything aligns as it's supposed to, things change and things grow. And it's our responsibility as people, it's our responsibility to really fully step into whatever it is and meet it head on. Don't shrink back into what we thought we were, or what we've been told that we are, or what we came from, or all these other things. Everything is aligned perfectly for this moment, for you to be fully present in your moment, in your now. And the more that we can allow that into our lives, the more we can fully step into our voice when we do this. We can fully embrace the beauty that we are. And so that takes us to a space of needing to allow divinity into our life. It takes us to a place of surrender, where we have to let go. We have to say, hey, I think I need to sit this one out, coach. Or I think I need to sit on the sideline for a second. Or I can step back and be okay with stepping back, because I trust that divinity, which is us, is driving the ship. And that it is all going to be all right, regardless of how things have shown up for me in the past. I am allowing ease and grace into all the things that show up for me. So everybody take a deep breath in. Everybody take a deeper breath, as deep as you can, the deepest breath you can possibly take. And hold it. And just be really aware of your breath. And then just sigh it out. We hold so much. We carry so much. We carry this weight of this entire universe on our shoulders. And at the same time, we are here. We have skin. We have bodies. All those things in the universe are just in our mind. So take another deep breath in. Connecting it to what is in you. And breathing deeper. And really feel into who you are for a second. Just be present with you. And now sigh it out again. And tell yourself it's safe to be you. It's safe to be you in every way that you are, in every way that you show up. Because divinity is always here. Spirit is always with us, in us, as us. We don't have to be afraid of that. We can allow divinity to help us. right now. Take a deep breath in. Knowing that your breath is that all, is that prana, is that chi, is that healing energy moving through you right now. Breathe in deeper. Breathe in even more and hold it, allowing presence to move and clear anything in your path. And just slowly sigh out. Let it sink through you. Let it heal. Let it clarify. Let it surround them in their own healing and clarity. Let them find their balance and their harmony. Take another deep, full breath in. Breathing in deeper, even more, allowing all of our divinity to align to presence right now, and breathe out slow. And so now we're going to come over into meditation together. Okay, so everybody take a deep, full breath in. Deep into your belly, deep into your lungs. Thinking about all the things in your experience. Everything. Just notice it. It's all there. Take it away. Be aware of how you feel right now, just as yourself. Breathe in deeper into that space. And tell yourself in this space, I allow divinity to help me. And breathe out slow. I allow the all that I am, that we all are, through our atoms, through our vibrations, through our cells, through our organs, every part of our life in this same harmony together. I allow that to heal. I allow that to transform me. I allow everything to be in its perfect timing. As things show up as they are supposed to be. Take a deep breath in. Breathing in more. As much as you can, hold it real tight. And we're going to breathe out with a really low O sound. Okay, ready? Take another deep breath in. Breathe in some more. Breathe in some more. Hold it. This time we're going to make a ooh sound. Ready? Ooh. Take another deep breath in. Breathe in some more. Hold it. This time we're going to make an E sound. Ready? E. Take another deep, full breath in. Breathe in some more. Think about something you truly love. You're going to breathe out with an ah sound with me. Ready? O sound again, but louder this time. Ready? Another deep breath in. And some more. Even more. And hold it. And we're going to breathe out together with an EU sound. We're going to blend those two sounds together with a really slow, long overtone. Ready? Breathe in. Hold it. Make your whole body really tight. I want you to picture a light forming in the center of your head as you breathe out. Ready? Get a deep full breath in. Breathing in deeper. Breathing in even more. Holding it. This time, we're going to make a Z sound like the bees. Breathe in some more. Holding your awareness and your skin. Make a Z sound. Ready? Z. Now better take another deep full breath in. Breathing in some more. Even more. And this time we're at the top of our head. We're going to make an sound for as long and as low and as relaxed, and allowing ourselves to go into the universe with this sound. Ready? holding in your mind, holding in your heart, this higher harmony for yourself, this form you are ready to step into, as you allow your divine timing to show up for you now. So divine timing. What does that word bring into our presence? It brings in synchronicity. It brings in the ability for things to just show up and happen. We so often take that for granted. We so often just dismiss them as, oh, well, that's a coincidence, right? But what happens when they keep stacking on top of one another over and over and over again? Is the universe actually telling you something? It is. And how do we step into that? How do we own that part of ourselves? How do we say, wait a minute, they really did tell me? And I didn't hear it. Dang, wish I'd listened. Right? So how do we reconvene? How do we make ourselves the lucky charm that we need to be? Right? So that everything attracts to us. How do we tip our magnet towards what we're creating and become the attractor field instead of the retractor field? Right? We do that all the time when we talk down to ourselves, when we dismiss those things as a coincidence, as a chance occurrence. Chance doesn't play. There is no chance. God doesn't play dice. God is. All the things show up. Things are set up the way they're supposed to be. And that's really uncomfortable and really hard to hear for a lot of things in our lives. It took me a very long time to get comfortable with my sister's life and how she was born with a genetic deformity where she wasn't able to be a person. So her entire life, she lived her life unable to be able to connect with people in the same way that we do. She was like an infant her whole life. I mean, that actually sounds like a pretty good deal, right? You're a baby your whole life, but like you don't get to do all the things. You just have to kind of sit by and watch. It's almost like you're trapped in your body. So for me, like when I was a child, I wondered, was her experience something that I needed to like, why am I here in her experience? You know, like, how are we together? She's my sister, you know, my blood. Like, we have the same blood through us. And like, what does that mean? You know, like, what is our connection? And so she's with me everywhere. She's never left me. She passed 14 years ago. She is always present with me. And I spent my whole life trying to connect with her in every way possible, through my physical body, through my spiritual body. That's what pushed me into this path to show up and to try to understand things in a higher framework and to see that divinity is with us and that everybody has that potential all the time, every single one of us. She held that vessel for me to be like, what else is there? Because what is this? You know, like, what's the cosmic joke here? Dun-dun-dun. Where's the psh? You know, we have to make it. It's us. We are the creators. We are the ones building this world. And the more that we can own that and step into that, the more that we can fully embody our full selves and be present and take advantage of those incredible coincidences that show up. This book coincidentally showed up randomly one day for me, and I was like, oh well, okay, you're coming with me, you know. I got this one from the ARE because they always have like book, like when they get lots of like, they are the largest metaphysical library that you can access on the planet. The Association for Research and Enlightenment, the ARE, the Edgar Cayce Center. The only other one that's as large is the Vatican, and we can't go in there. So it's pretty cool. So incredible coincidences, things line up as they're supposed to. So this is the book I'm going to use for our bibliomancy today. So I'm going to just kind of pick to a thought, and here we are. So this is page, I'll read both of them, 140 and 141. So this, it says, The Amber Lantern, Case 107. This story is contributed by Mrs. Marianne Wolfe of Concordville, Pennsylvania. In the fall of 1975, my husband and I were visiting Virginia. Our hostess's 6-year-old son wanted to give me a present and, after rummaging around in his room, happily brought down his gift, all wrapped in gay paper and sealed with much Scotch tape. In the package was a book of matches he had gotten at the Amber Lantern in Flushing, New York, on a recent trip to Long Island. Synchronicity enters. Of all the matchbooks available, Billy chose one that had a special meaning for me. We had had our wedding supper at the Amber Lantern in 1935. Synchronicity continues. I tossed the matches in a glass brandy snifter on one of the 4 ends of the tables in our living room. One evening recently, on impulse, I moved the brandy snifter to another end table. A number of friends came in for a get-together. One from Newark, Delaware, sat down on the sofa and seemed transfixed by the matchbook collection. Facing her, through the glass, were the matches from the Amber Lantern. She gasped and remarked on the coincidence. She had had her wedding supper at that same restaurant in 1955. As she left for home later, still shaking her head over it all, I gave her the book of matches as a memento. Did little Billy psychically know that Mrs. Wolfe had special memories of the Amber Lantern? And did Mrs. Wolfe in the same way arrange to find another person for whom the Amber Lantern had special meaning? This could become quite confusing with the usual parapsychological interpretations. But the Jungian concept of archetypal situations giving rise to meaningful synchronicities seems to fit better in case of signs and omens. This next case, though mild, is typical of many omen cases. This one says, a penny for his thoughts. Case 108. Mrs. M.J. Palachi of Mill Valley, California, writes of a puzzling experience. After the funeral of my first husband, our son, a friend, and I were crossing a parking lot to our automobile. I looked down and saw a penny in front of me on the ground. Sometime later, both our son and I recall a favorite story of my late husband regarding the finding of pennies. I have since found 4 pennies lying on the ground, which is not remarkable, except that each time followed a period of some concentration on recollections of him. Did Mrs. Palachi have unconscious foreknowledge that she would see the pennies on the ground, triggering thoughts of her husband and his penny-finding story? Here's another one. The Nature of Love, Case 109. Christopher Hegarty, a San Francisco-based lecturer on consciousness and business, tells this moving story about the portent that led to his second marriage. He was very fond of a certain lady he had been dating, but both he and Marian were reluctant to enter into marriage again. One evening, an unread book on his bookshelf somehow stood out and invited him to read it. Titled The Nature of Love, it discussed the writings of Khalil Gibran, author of The Prophet. Pause. Yesterday, I gave someone a copy of the poem that he's about to reference. Yesterday. I handed it to maybe 12 hours ago. I handed it to the woman for her marriage. So I hope this is all confirming that it's going to be great for them. No, there are no coincidences, right? This is all divine timing. No joke. I have that book and all the things. All right. Okay, keep going. The section marriage struck him as particularly apt, saying that some marriages are intended to end while others are sacred. He telephoned Marion and read to her those passages on marriage from the nature of love. I think after we're done, I'm going to read the passage for on marriage, just so you guys we can, meta this completely all the way through. Marion gasped, "I'm holding the same book in my hands. I just finished underlining those very passages you read to me. I wanted to read them to you." As they excitedly compared notes, they discovered that both of them had read one other section of the book, love. Neither he nor she knew the other had even heard of the book. That's cool. So yeah, I'm going to find it really quick. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to open up it on the other computer screen. Oh, yeah. Okay. All the phones everywhere.
Google, my friend.
Yes, all the Googles. Okay. And the poem is entitled On Marriage. It's a part of the book The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. And so I've been leading weddings for 20 years. I've been leading weddings. So I've done 20 over the past 20 years, and each time, almost every time I read this. So Khalil Gibran on marriage. You were born together, and together you shall be forevermore. You shall be together when the white wings of death scatter your days. Aye, you shall be together even in the silent memory of God. But let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the wings of the heavens dance between you. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. Give one another of your bread, but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together and be joyous, but let each one of you be alone, even as the strings of a lute are alone, though they quiver with the same music. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping, for only the hand of life can contain your hearts. And stand together, yet not too near together, for the pillars of the temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grow not in each other's shadow. So yeah, that was pretty good. Or synchronicities all aligning at once. How serendipitous is this, right? All the words. For the things we dismiss, don't dismiss them anymore. That's my challenge to put out there for you guys, is to don't dismiss them. But don't go too crazy into them. There's levels. There's definitely levels, right? They're not all sending you messages. But they do show up, right? And they show up the more that you intend for them to, and the more that you look for them to, right? So, yeah. I think that's all I gotta say. But thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for showing up.